So today I'd love to speak about my experience with really beginning to, I'd say, process and integrate perfectionism. Now, this goes back quite a long time for me. I found for many years I essentially struggled with having imperfect skin. This is something that I feel in many rights we can all relate to. Now, we can certainly all relate to perfectionism, really struggling to embrace our imperfections. And as I begin to see myself have to embrace this more intimately, I've began to see a whole new wave of perspective emerge. Now, simply, I've been finding myself, be it maybe through dimensions of wanting to create more content, getting into background acting, and getting into places where I'm very much having to face these insecurities head on. This has become like it did for many, many years when I was in my teen years. It became a very apparent reality that I struggled with a lot of insecurity relating to these imperfections and imperfection as a whole. It's something that really I feel crippled me, but also allowed me to thrive in various ways of my music creation. This means of being a perfectionist, of really just fixating on this high standard of what I wish to achieve. Now, that's a whole nother story, truthfully. But again, coming back to the imperfections that I've been recently having to really come to terms with, what I want you to see, what I want to simply say, is these things, these imperfections, these are beautiful opportunities to really embrace and empower yourself profoundly. Truthfully, when you look at these things, these are beautiful tests of your own psychological resilience and your own means to highlight all these incredible aspects of who you are. Maybe these aspects of this really just, it allows you to go outside of your body to realize that you are an infinite being. You're just a raw mode of consciousness that exists within this human body. You are not what your body is, and any right of what this experience, perfections and imperfections as a whole. So truthfully, the more that you begin to acknowledge this, the more you begin to step outside of this perfection, this perfectionist veil that we all for some reason seem to live in society, you begin to see that, we're all imperfect. We're all imperfect, and really we allow ourselves to break out of this veil, shatter this mirror, this delusion that everything is perfect. Because it's not. Nothing is perfect. We live in a world that is truthfully so beautifully imperfect that it is sometimes just lost. It is lost in this human experience. So really, the deeper that I find myself going on my own healing journey and really beginning to understand my shadow self and unpackage everything really relating to the light and the dark and the yin and the yang, we begin to see that imperfection is beautiful. Imperfection in all that it is. Seriously. When we look at nature, when we see all the unravelments of everything that is, it is all perfect. It is all perfect. There is no good, there's no bad. Our perception is all that is. Our conception of these things, our emphasis on this perfectionism, is what is perpetuating. This means that we have to feel so much anxiety for our imperfections. This is madness. This is not the way life is. So really, when you begin to harness and embrace your imperfections and every right of what this is, a sense of empowerment follows. Not only this, you begin to just really awaken from this matrix. You begin to unplug from this means that things need to be perfect at all. And as it is in the moments, you can really root yourself in all these other aspects of yourself. You can highlight these dimensions of your personality, of your energetic imprint, of these things, it's the experience as a whole. You allow yourself to step outside of these superficial means and really highlight the value of your emotional experience, your energetic experience, and really just your character and who you are as a whole. This really goes down deep to the core of it. Really, when I was young, I remember it was one of those things that I remember thinking that, sure, I have these imperfections, be it psychologically, be it physically with my complexion. But I got to this point where I remember thinking, but that doesn't fucking matter. Why? Because I am who I am. My character, my energy, my smile. This is what matters. This is what I'm going to highlight. And you know what? I'm going to use this as a means to powerfully display this. To just rock my energy. Make this the core emphasis. Because perfectionism is not real. Nothing is perfect. No one is perfect. We're all imperfect. So let's fucking embrace that.